What's up, guys, and welcome back to the podcast with me, your host, Az. We're back for episode 4. We're talking being fat, we're talking being thin, we're talking about struggles with weight. Hitting it like fucking, I'm spitting bars or something. I can't spit any bars. There are no bars to be spat from my mouth. Crazy intro, I know. This week we're going to like a pretty fucking semi-serious subject. Talk about struggles with weight loss and weight gain and you know, being a bit thick. And being not so thick, and then being really thick again, and then getting a little bit less thick, which is something I've always dealt with like my entire fucking life. So this week I'm joined by my good friend Brad Mannings. He is very similar to me, has gone up through ups and downs of losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, being swole, not being swole, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we're going to talk about it, and hopefully, you know, anyone out there who's listening to this who might struggle with weight themselves, it might make you feel a bit better about that whole situation. Who knows? It might not. Just a precursor as well. There's a bit where I say someone's disgusting if they're at this size and this size, but it was a size that I was at. So I didn't mean to cause offence with that. So when you get to that bit, didn't mean to offend you. Just to let you know. Didn't mean it. Not nastily, anyway, because I was that big. And I know what it's like, and it sucks. So, yeah, let's go in. This fucking hot and heavy episode. Get it hot and heavy, because I was really fat and really hot in the temperature-wise, and I was heavy. God, I'm getting worse at these intros. This is episode 4. Please enjoy it. Please do all the good things at the end of the podcast when I tell you to subscribe and stuff. Until then, I'll catch you in a bit. Here's the episode. Mr. Mannings, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
How are you? How are things?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Bit of a shaky start to the week this week, but I'm all good. So, yeah.
Elaborate. A shaky start.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. Watching Afterlife was a bad choice this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord, that is a sad show.
Binged it, didn't you, as well?
Huh?
Binged it as well, didn't you? Like one day job.
I literally, because obviously the episode's really short. So,
yeah.
I watched the whole lot. And, yeah, come the end.
Series 1 and 2?
No, I watched series, like, I felt really, actually, right, so just to tell you the fucking story of watching it, I watched series 1 on Thursday night, and everybody, all I've heard is like, oh, Afterlife is so sad, it's so sad. And like, I watched series 1, and I was like, it was sad, but it weren't that sad. Do you know what I mean? Series 1 I didn't think was that sad. And then I watched series 2, and I was like, okay. Oh, God.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, that last episode, like, at the end, obviously no spoilers,
but I literally come the end, man.
Feels.
I will not lie. I cried like a little bitch the whole way through that end episode. It just killed me. It wrecked me. It's horrible.
That in a day as well, though. That's a proper emotional roller coaster. Like that's every episode's like so up and down. So to do the whole series in one day, especially in like current environment and all this. Going on as well.
The existential dread lifted, and like I've only shaken it off today. Legit, it did affect me, like 100%. For a couple of days, I was a bit like, "Oh God."
it's so good though, isn't it? Like so good.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Like powerful, but so brilliantly funny at the same time. It's like
that was the thing. One minute I was howling, laughing, and then the next minute I'm like crying my eyes out. So what's going on? This is too much.
That's the beauty of it. You don't often get stuff like that, do you? You don't like the message is powerful, but actually the laughter, the jokes, like the therapist and the postman and the
postman's
stand-up
fantastic.
Comedian and stuff.
Yeah,
just
unbelievable. The writing of it is just unreal. But yeah,
have you watched the outtakes yet?
No, I haven't. No,
mate. That upsets me.
Yeah, upsets
honestly,
you? Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the outtakes upset you. I was like, I can't deal with more of it. I was like, God, no, fuck.
I know. You should have put them straight on after the upset of the series. You should have just wanged them straight on.
Someone didn't link them to me until like a day after I watched it, I think. Yeah. And that it was too late by then. I'd come too far. I was too upset. So.
No, it's like 20 minutes of just pure joy. So funny. Just Ricky Gervais's laugh in the background as he's like producing it. You just know he's having the best time.
Yeah,
It's like not a job. You just know. Half the outtakes are because of him. He's the one that's messing up or laughing in the background or losing his shit.
This is his baby, isn't it? So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But
anyway,
no, that's an understandable rocky start. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Understandable rocky start to the week, but I'm fine. It's all good. There was the most existential fucking dread I've had since this whole Corona crisis. So I could deal with that. It was late in the day, and I'm all right now.
Good.
Anyway, how have you been? Because we haven't actually really caught up properly since all this has been going on. Really, we've been in touch, but not properly caught up. How are you guys dealing with it over there?
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It's odd because obviously we text and like chat on Discord, playing games every now and again, but no, it's it's an odd time. Like obviously, Elle and I are working from home, so which for me isn't too different because I've worked from home like in and out of jobs for like the last 6-7 years, so it's not too different in that respect. I think the difference for me is obviously Ava's around a lot more because she's not going to nursery every day. Trying to deal with her boredom has its own challenges. I was going to say,
this is interesting because obviously the previous ones I've done of this has been me bitching about lockdown and then two people who are in relationships but don't have kids. So how is that? Like, how are you even tackling that?
Well, it's hard. It's easy. Well, Ava's quite an easy child anyways, which is good. She's not a pain. She's quite good at entertaining herself, going away and playing with Play-Doh or colouring or any of those kind of things. But you can see it sometimes she just gets so bored, especially with me working from home and her being around. She wants my attention or to do things or go out, and obviously my hands are a little bit tired to do it. When the weather's nice like this, we've had a paddling pool out today. She's been in and out of that and had a great time. But if it's raining or miserable, it just becomes a bit of a change. And she's bored. She likes going to soft play. She likes going to it's like farm, the shops. Like she loves walking around Tesco's.
Yeah.
One of my favourite things. She gets her self-scanner gun. I was a kid,
mainly because I'd get a toy at the end of it. But
she usually gets something, mate. It's not a bag of sweets, it's a magazine or something. But the old self, you can do the old self-scanning things, can't you? She loves that. She zaps all the shopping and stuff like that. That's so come a long way since we went. But
I was gonna say, didn't have that back in the day. I used to remember running around with the trolley, pretending it was a TIE fighter because it had the perfect shape. Not a TIE fighter, an X-wing, fucking TIE fighter.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Big circle. Yeah, I'm just a dickhead. She's
good though. She's dealing with it well. But in ourselves, it's just frustrating, isn't it? I think having that choice taken away from you is a struggle. It's like the first few weeks are like, this is all right, but now as you get here, you just want to be able to. Especially when normal things.
Obviously, all the warnings of like, if the weather's good, don't go outside still, kind of thing. When the weather's good, it's the hardest. And obviously, like us, we always have barbecues and stuff, and like it's
Well, that's it. We've done like 3 bank holidays now, and you haven't done one barbecue.
Yeah, no, it feels odd and it's upsetting. Yeah. So that's why I'm glad we're all doing something this weekend online because actually be good to.
Yeah, that'd be good. We'll just get a crate of beer and some. Events and drinking games, and I think maybe I should record that and have that as an episode. That would have some fucking content. Do you know what? I actually thought that earlier when I was thinking about this. I thought, God, I tell you what, if he recorded, obviously some clever editing to get out some of the awful bits.
Get rid of some of the naughtiness.
Yeah. But that would actually probably be an hour or so of good content.
I
and
might do that. I might see if the guys are okay with that, because if they are, because I could edit it, because.
That's what I mean. As long as if there's any inappropriateness edited out.
I'm sure if Jake will be there, it'd be very inappropriate. So.
Yeah, or someone has beer and goes in about their missus. Just like, they might listen. We'll edit that.
Just cut that out. Yeah. Just cut it out. Anyway, so we're obviously gonna have a pretty touchy subject to talk about today.
Yes, it is. It's an interesting one close to our heart.
This fully is Brad's suggestion, by the way. I'm not going to take any credit for it. This was Brad's suggestion when I was making a little plea for people to come on the podcast. Really, he just wanted to be on a podcast, man. That's what it was.
I did. I wanted to be cool.
He was like, I've got a good topic, and I know he'll have me on with this.
That's it. I just want to get my Twitter handle out there. That's all it is. I haven't tweeted anything in about a year, but I just want to get it out there. I just want to be cool at the end. You know, when you ask for my social media. Have you got a YouTube channel to promote at the end that you ain't told us about yet? I created it this morning.
Oh, excellent.
It's ready to go.
Brilliant.
I've got it all, mate. I've got every single. I'm going to put my Bebo up there, my MySpace.
Oh, fantastic. It's the Bradcast versus the PodcAZt.
That's it. If you could just leave now, I'll just take over.
Oh, you take over. I'll just fuck off. Yeah. I'm no good at this shit anyway, but yeah, there you go.
No, you're not.
So, I'm not. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks for agreeing with that. Yeah.
No, you're not. I was disagreeing with you. After I said it, it sounded like I agree with you. You are good. I'm not gonna call out your ass.
I'll let you suck my dick on this podcast. Like I'm totally fine with that.
See, that's probably what I'm missing most about Corona. Being near your dick.
Oh, it's all over soon. So
get everything
all
else.
over soon. Hit me up on Snapchat.
I will do.
Oh God. Yeah. So anyway, well, I didn't actually say what the topic is. No. So we're going to talk about struggling with weight, because me and Brad are both gentlemen who have struggled with losing weight and dealing with fluctuations in weight and stuff like that. And I feel like it's pretty relatable, probably for a lot of people. That's why when you said it, I was like, "That's a really good fucking idea. It's a really good idea." Very emotional.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even know where to start with this one, to be honest, if I'm totally honest with you. But so I didn't really know you when we were kids. Obviously, we didn't meet until we were like in our teens, probably like 14.
Yeah,
I was probably like 14. You were like 29. It was weird.
Yeah, I'm well old, you know. Just like a little nonce that hangs around kids' barbecues.
That's it.
No, yeah, I'd have been like 15, 16. I would have thought.
Yeah.
So what? You're a couple of years younger than me.
Is let's clear this up. You're 32 this year, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm 30, and we're a day apart. Okay, so yeah, so there's literally 2 years gap.
Yeah.
So you'd have been 15, 16. I'd have been 30.
Yeah.
That does sound weird now. Does sound nonsense. But whatever. Ooh. Yeah, he just come and hung out at younger kids' parties, didn't he? It's what he used to get up to. But that's only 2 years. It's fine.
That's a previous life. I've stopped signing the register now. It's fine. I'm allowed on these things.
Just he spat my rum fucking everywhere. But anyway, yeah, no, so we didn't meet until like that then anyway. But like when you obviously were a lot younger and stuff, when you were a kid, were you a fat kid or were you not a fat kid?
Just massive.
Fucking Jabba.
I wasn't actually. That's it. That's what I did. I just looked like Jabba the Hutt from a whole.
I just come out a slug boy and stayed that way.
I did. No, actually, funny enough, I wasn't that big as a child. I was quite a skinny little child as a. Through even into like primary school, I was fairly thin. I used to do quite a lot of like sports and running and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to blame mine on puberty because it seemed to around that kind of. I
was going to blame mine on Happy Meals, but whatever. Yeah, you blame it on puberty, mate. Whatever. It's fine.
Oh, I've got other excuses for it now. Puberty for them.
Yeah, puberty's long gone. Yeah.
That's it. I can't blame that anymore. Genetics and all that rubbish is gone.
Yeah.
Just fat. I think it's when I hit like 11, 12 was when I started kind of like putting weight on, and I think back then a lot of people like dismiss it as puppy fat.
Oh yeah, that's what your mum tells you.
Know what I mean? It is though. It is. It's like it's fine. You're just a phase. It's just going from puberty. You're just growing up. You'll lose that.
Yeah.
And I never did. I just got bigger, unfortunately. So puppy fat became adult fat.
It just became fat.
Fat. Puppy fat became fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. So I was never massive as a kid, but yeah, it just kind of hit me in my teens, and through school I was big.
Yeah.
And then into like college, I lost a little bit around then, and then moved to Spain and kind of lived the high life out there, just eating and drinking and whatnot, and kind of before I knew it, I was big.
I was gonna say I've seen the pictures of you when you come back from Spain. How old were you then?
18, 19.
Yeah, because that was probably your peak, right? Surely that was by peak.
Oh, that was
yeah.
Hench me. That was that was Jabba proper then.
Yeah.
Full Jabba.
Yeah.
But yeah. I come back from there, and I was big, like properly. And I didn't really like when I first came back. I didn't do anything about it, but because when I first came back from Spain, I didn't really have anywhere to live. Blah blah. This is like some sob story going.
This is going to be kind of sob story-esque, a lot of this, I imagine, because dealing with this shit, it is like it's like a tough thing to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, when I come back from Spain, I didn't have anywhere to like live, so I was kind of sofa surfing and stuff, and didn't have any routine or structure or anything kind of in my life at that point. So thinking about like losing weight and that was never really on my list of priorities. Yeah. I was quite happy with a meal back then, some days. Yeah. So it's kind of like, and some other days I'd be like,
you were really happy with a fucking meal then. You were loving any meal.
Oh yeah, anything. Just give me it. But yeah, it was kind of so I didn't really lose any weight then, and it wasn't until like probably into my early 20s, like obviously through school you're called, like you get, like being a big bloke, you get called fat, you get jibes and all of that, and a lot of it, I don't know about you, but a lot of you kind of brush off as banter.
Yeah, well, I'll get into mine in a minute. I'll let you obviously tell your bit, and I'll get into mine in a sec. But yeah,
so you kind of brush off
that for me.
Yeah. Well, you kind of brush off as banter for me, and I mixed at school with different crowds, and probably I was a little bit of a shit at school, should we say? So I was probably more of a bully than the person being bullied, but I think that
hands up.
Yeah. I was coming on here to reveal all my sins to you. Yeah. I feel like I'm. What do they call it when you go in like confession, isn't it?
Yeah, you're in confession
sideways.
Like this is I've got to sit like this and face head on, and you look at me. Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah.
But no, so this start being called fat and stuff as like banter, and as you get older, it kind of you just see more pictures of yourself. You start being a little bit more self-conscious, I think, and obviously, I saw a few pictures of myself, and I was like, Jesus, fucking, I was massive, like big.
Yeah.
And like you just see them being posted online, and I'm just like, well, that is awful. Like I do not want that.
Yeah.
That up there. So right when you take your own, you get the angles right. And
exactly. When you get yourself in, you know, it's all like we're fucking
catfish.
Yeah, and then you go out of town, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?"
That's it. Yeah. Or you get one of you in the background that someone else is in.
Yeah,
and
you're just chins, just like you know,
chins and tits everywhere.
It's just chins, tits, and fucking love handles all over the place.
And some big gun. But yeah,
a little bit.
Let's get that word in somewhere.
Appreciate it.
So then, I had a chat with my mum. My family. Well, to be fair, like I had a chat with my mum. Mum's not big, but it's always sort of fluctuated with her weight. My dad's been the same, and I had a chat with mum, and we decided to go to the old Slimming World.
Yeah.
When I was must be about 20, 21, and I hadn't stepped on the scales, I don't think. Let me tell you, I'm in the dark. I hadn't stepped on the scales for years, out of pure fear, I think.
Yeah.
Of like, what are these going to say? Like,
so
going to Slim World, completely blind.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Here we go. Like, I'm going to get on these scales, but no, obviously they don't read out your weight. Luckily, you don't get on there. They go 25 stone.
Yeah, I won't lie. When I started going with you, I was fucking terrified. That was going to be the thing. It was like, ding, 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 we got a winner. So, oh God. Sort of thing.
He's the
heaviest bloke in the room.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking point at him.
And the fatty for the day is...
Yeah. King Fatty, Aaron Joyce. Oh, great. Yeah, wicked. Glad I came.
No, it's all pretty good, isn't it? Because obviously it's all like... You kind of
the confidentiality and like, you know.
That's it. Yeah, you don't... None of that, so... Yeah, so when they stepped on the scales and then I weighed a whopping, like, I think it was like 21 stone something. But I actually in preparedness got my original Slimming World book.
Oh, no ways. If you have, it was fucking yellow. Look at that. Yellow book. Yellow book, guys. Here it is. Yellow
and then look, all my stickers.
Fucking, oh, look, this is a testament to smashing it, basically.
I know. So, when I looked at it, what did I weigh? 21 stone 4. This was in 2011.
Bloody hell. Yeah.
So what, 9 years ago. So I'd have been, 22.
Is that literally the most you've ever weighed? That is peak?
Yeah. Comfortably. Well, obviously I didn't step on the scales. So I might have been a little bit more than that like at one point in my life. But that was huge me, like peak.
Yeah.
Couldn't see my toes. I could, but you know what I mean. It's embarrassing time. So I went to Slim World with my old girl.
Yeah.
Which is quite nice. Bit of bonding time with mama and some fellow fatties. Talking about nice recipes and overnight oats and all that, sins and all that.
That's such a great time there, yeah.
So I went there. I started in. That's why I brought my book. So I want to actually give you some like timescales on what it was. I started in July of 2011.
Yeah. And
my last weigh-in was December the same year. So I did it for 5 months. And lost
5 months.
Yeah, no. Next year, sorry, did it for 17 months. Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say, fucking hell, you lost a lot in 5 months.
No, I did think that afterwards, but then I looked at all the entries and I was like, "It's more than 5 months worth of entries in this book." And I lost. Quick maths. 6 stone.
6 stone.
Yeah,
just
5
over a
stone,
year.
12 pounds. Yeah, 5 stone, 12 pounds.
That's
But it's
pretty
interesting
impressive.
because I went down to 15.6.5.
Yeah.
And everyone told me I looked ill.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. It's funny because like when I originally lost weight, I remember seeing a picture of me. I think I was visiting Sarah at the airport, and there was a picture taken of me, and I looked like my eyes were falling into the back of my head, where I'd lost so much weight. It was really bad. It was like, what the fuck? But I know what you mean. It's because you have that. I think people have that picture of you in their heads as well, of like what you look or what you did look like. And then now you look so slim in comparison. It's like, you don't look right.
Yeah, you don't look like you. You look like someone else.
Yeah, that's it.
To be fair, I did see there's a photo of me and Scott Killen out in town.
Yeah.
Like when I'd lost all my weight. And I was holding a drink and literally, I was smashed and my eyes looked bleary anyway.
Are you wearing a white shirt in that? Was that on Facebook?
Yeah, white t-shirt.
Yeah.
White t-shirt.
I think so,
I did literally look ill. I looked at it and I was like, I don't look that well.
No.
Like, I think the speed I lost everything in.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like that amount of time, I just didn't look. I just was so keen on losing weight by whatever means necessary.
You weren't doing like the rest to sort of pull it in kind of thing as well. Yeah.
And that's it. It was just all falling off me. But I weren't like working out properly or going to the gym or whatever. Yeah. It was literally just diet. Maybe we'd play football twice a week, but it was just like diet, focused diet. And I ended up looking quite ill. So I decided to ditch Slimming World and join the gym properly.
Yeah.
And get like a proper workout regime. So I got properly addicted to the gym for about 2-3 years, and I was going 3 or 4 times a week in the mornings, like 7 o'clock for an hour before work. And I got quite upbeat. I'm quite broad anyway, so I've always been like big boned, as they say. But so I started going to the gym, and I put on a decent amount of weight, and I actually felt quite comfortable myself. I ran the half marathon, I think, in like 2013 maybe.
Yeah.
So that was when I was like peak fitness as well. You didn't know I did that?
No, I didn't know you did that. I don't think. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I ran the Coach to Half Marathon in 2013. Like when I got was as fit as I'd been, and it's like a test to like how far I'd come. I thought I'd see if I could,
like showing it off.
If I could. That's it. Well, I thought it was like an ultimate test for me because, mate, when I was 21 stone 4 pounds, whatever it was, I couldn't even run down the stairs.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
I'd bend over, tie my shoelaces, and then feel beads of sweat falling onto my toes. It'd just be awful. Yeah. So to be able to then think, right, I can run 13.2 miles, whatever it is, was like the ultimate test. And I got round. And that was like peak fitness for me, and felt really good about myself. And then in true like weight fashion, things happen and life changes, and you just end up putting it. Obviously, I had Ava. Split up from Ava's mum, and then there was that time of like toing and throwing and stuff where the gym, like I never had time for the gym. I moved into that's it. I moved into a new house. I didn't really have a kitchen in the new house because it's being renovated. Had like a microwave for like 3 or 4 months. So to actually that plus everything else going on, I like trying to focus on some sort of diet. Trying to focus on some sort of fitness regime.
Sometimes life does just get in the way of diet and stuff like that. That's the thing. It's just like sometimes things take a precedent, and you do fall down a bit of a slippery slope. Especially when you've got it in you to be able to just be like, do you know what? I'll eat McDonald's 8 days a week. I'll add an extra day to the week. Fuck it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is. Getting into a routine is so much harder than falling out of one. Falling out of one is just a piece of piss. You can just go, well, I'm done. I'm done. Out of routine. Yeah. And I
do that all the time with loads of figs. so easy.
Like, my attention span is minimal. Yeah. And if I start changing and start losing interest, trying to drag that back is awful. That's why I think the structure of Slimming World really helped me.
Yeah.
Because it was like I'm really competitive, like really competitive. And
no, you're joking.
To think of not going up there and not being like Slimmer of the week or losing every week. That thought of that just never entered my brain. No, like going out there and being like I told I gained would be like the ultimate like.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah, I can't be arsed now. It's over. Yeah.
That's it. So so that's kind of there, and then after that, and then since then I've kind of just fluttered in that. We've been to Slim World together a couple of times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll get to that in a minute. Well, I'll go through my brief history of being fat and unfat and semi-fat and kind of fat.
That's it, and I think like I've always we lost a little bit. You smashed it.
To be fair, I was gonna say that's when I lost a lot, like a lot from what I was. To be fair, that weren't me. I don't think I was quite at peak when we were going to that. I wasn't quite at my peak largeness.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was all a bit different for me. Interesting because it's like it's funny how yours sort of come later, whereas I've sort of always just been a big kid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was never a problem for me growing up, though. Like, a lot of kids who would have probably been my size when I was a kid. Don't get me wrong, I weren't, like, fucking ginormous. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't, like, engulfing the fucking door frame when I was walking through it kind of thing. But I was always... I had some cushion. So, it's all, you know... that was just always how I was until I was probably... Whereas I went a bit different to you. When I was about... It must have been when I was about 16, I reckon. That's when I started losing a lot of weight. And there's pictures of me in a party in the garden. Surprise, surprise. Obviously. That we always have it standard. There's a picture of me that often, like, well, what I used to was like my point of like, look how skinny I got. Like I was so tiny just after we left school. It's funny. It was leaving school and going to college that got me skinny. Like I got so skinny when I went to college. But yeah, like before that though, like I was always just a big kid, a big kid. I'm still a big kid, literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, no, I was just always a chunky boy. But then it all just sort of fell off me. Until then, I went to uni and got into a relationship.
They're the killer. Yeah, that's where mine is now. That's where I'm at the moment.
I got with my ex, and we were so bad. Because obviously. Like at uni and whatever, you just like, whatever, got me loan, I'll fucking blow it on whatever. And like, I'll be sitting there, like, should we get a pizza tonight? She's like, yeah, go on then, we'll get pizza. We eat fucking pizza at a time. We used to take her out for meals, like, at least once a week. We'd always go out for dinner, and then we'd have a takeaway as well, and then, like, I didn't eat that good, like, in terms of, like, cooking and stuff at the house. Which is funny, because she was the complete opposite to me. She was really skinny. She was a swimmer, and, like, she was really tiny. And like, so it's no wonder she broke up with me in the end because I got really fucking big. So
sad enough.
Like, yeah, in hindsight, it was like there was never any reason for our relationship ending. It's like actually it's probably because you were a bit of a fat cunt. So she probably was like, let's get rid of this guy. I definitely do better than this. Because when we started going out, yeah, that's it. She was a feeder. She fed me up and then she fucked off.
And then to the next one, a feed up. She's still doing it now. She's just in relationships.
To be fair, I know she isn't, but yeah. So that's awkward. I was just feeding myself. Really, I was the problem. I was definitely the problem. But no, but when we started going out, I didn't look anything like I did at the end, and it's funny actually. It was earlier today that I think you did see the picture on my Facebook. Like if anyone ever wants to see what me and Brad used to look like, just look at our Facebooks if you have us on there.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't already know what we look like. But yeah, there's a picture of me from like 2013, which would have been just after I come back from uni. And I was like, I'm only 5'5", and I was a 44-inch waist. That was big. That was real big. I don't even know what I weighed then. I was too scared to get on the scales. And to be fair, even when I lost all my weight, it's funny because like I don't know what it's like for you, but even like when I lose weight, I'm just like, you're so fat, you're disgusting, constantly. I've just always got that in the back of my mind.
You're never happy, are you? Because I think me and you have talked a lot as well about our love handles.
Oh
and
God,
those
my
things
love
sticking
handles
around
drive me.
Because even when people told me I looked ill, I still had those love handles, that little mushroom top on the side, regardless. And it was so frustrating because it's like, everyone's like, oh, you lost loads of weight, you look great. And then you're looking like, I can't get rid of these fuckers.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm still massive.
That's it. Because these are hanging around. And the thing is, I've never really been big, like, belly-wise. I've always gone that way.
Yeah, I'm literally the same. Like, I'm weird. I'm like, I've got titties and I've got love handles, but I've got like a flat stomach, which is weird. Yeah. But I puff to the side.
I do as well. Yeah. I literally move sideways.
Mushroom
I don't really.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah, it's like a little muffin or mushroom top. It's like one of them where you just. And that's the struggle.
But the thing is, it's funny actually because I remember going to, because there's been so many phases in my life where I'm like, right, I'm gonna start going to the gym, I'm gonna start working out, I'm gonna do this. I remember speaking to this PT, and he was like, losing love handles is like the most objectively difficult thing to do. He was like, unless you completely stop eating bread, full stop, you'll always have love handles. And I was like, that's me fucked then. So I ain't stopping eating bread. Fuck
that's it. Mate, I've tried a few different diets. You tried like the keto diet where you cut loads of carbs.
Yeah.
I did it for about 2 weeks and I felt ill. I was just my body does not like this at all. I felt like I was shutting down.
Yeah.
And I just, and for me, I enjoy life. I want to enjoy life.
Yeah, that's the same as me.
I've been too deep. It's like you're here once. Like I don't want to spend my whole life. And this is not dissing anyone. If your choice is to be fitness, that's up to you. But personally, I don't get that much enjoy. I love going to the gym, but dieting, I love eating. I love food.
Yeah.
And like I love to. If I want to eat a pizza, if I want to eat a takeaway, I want to eat it. I'm not. Yeah. I don't eat shit food 7 days a week, like 3 times a day.
No.
But sometimes at the weekend, I like to have 6 beers and just get a takeaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
mean, obviously, we would have both been the same at one point. There was a point in my life where I was eating bad food every single day.
Oh, yeah, massive.
Whereas now,
when I was in Spain, that's all I did.
But like, if I want a takeaway on a Saturday night or something now, I'm going to get one, like regardless of what workout. Like I've recently been doing Insanity, but like even doing that, like on a Saturday night, I'll still get a takeaway. Especially in this lockdown shit, it's just the one night a week where I can treat
enjoy
myself.
It's funny. Exactly. The thing is, you can't really. What else can you do? And if you're a lover of food and whatnot, and having a few drinks, if it means just getting a takeaway and having a few socials on house party or whatever. Oh yeah, me too. I've drank more beer in this lockdown than I have in a long time.
I've literally just become a pirate. I've said this every episode, I think, but it's just so much rum getting drunk right now. It's ridiculous. So
yeah, you got to have some little treat, and you got to have some little release.
Absolutely.
But mine. I think mine when I was younger, like obviously when I went to Spain and first got back to Spain, I think a lot of mine was beer rather than food.
Yeah,
I never ate that much.
Very similar as well. Because I'm like you, obviously, both love a drink, and I'd go out drinking, and I'd drink cider, and it was just cider.
That's it.
It's just.
I'm a big beer fan. I'm a beer monster. I'll happily sit in a pub and all day and drink beer, no problem. And that was always my biggest weakness, I think, because I never used to eat loads. I've always loved food, but I never used to eat tons and tons of food to be like massive. It was always like shit food when I did eat and loads of beer.
Yeah, literally the same. Like I've never been a big eater as such. Like I've never been one to have like huge meals. I've never been one of these people who can go to like a challenge meal and eat a challenge meal and stuff like that.
No.
It's funny because like, when I was at my biggest and stuff, people be like, "Oh, I bet you could smash that," and it's like I actually couldn't. Like even when I was big, I still couldn't eat like huge meals. You know what I mean? It was just the fact that what I was eating was shit, and I loved drinking. Yeah. So
that's it.
You just put the weight on, and it's like, fuck, I can't win. Yeah. And, well, at that, and I'm doing zero exercise, especially because, like...
But that's the thing as well. If you're going to eat shit and drink loads, you've got to be doing something.
Yeah,
and then, if you're not doing absolutely...
So you either need to have a happy medium of all of it, or, so...
And that's the struggle at the moment. That's what I'm struggling to find, is my happy medium.
Well, because, like, I'm trying to find a happy medium, especially, gyms and stuff like that. It's difficult.
That's it.
So
anyway, I interrupted. Tell us more about your story. You were getting towards Slimming World territory.
Oh God, I was.
It's your chance to boast.
I was heading towards it. So yeah. So when I left uni, I was fucking massive. Like it was bad. And then actually, funny enough, I did Insanity. The first time I did Insanity was probably like 2014, I think. 2014, yeah, probably 2014. I was like, there was a day where I was like, right, I'm actually gonna weigh myself. I can't remember what I weighed. I think I was that upset. I can't remember what the fuck it was. It was probably like 17 stone or something. And being 5'5" and being 17 stone is absolutely fucking disgraceful. Anyone who's 5'5", don't get that heavy because you're disgusting. I'm sorry, I don't mean it. You're not disgusting. You're beautiful.
Inside,
I was disgusted. No. I felt disgusted. But like I think with losing weight as well, like there's quite a point there as well. Is like with losing weight, you need to. I think for anyone's like weight loss journey is you need to hit that point where you're like, okay, I need to fucking I need to stop this now. Because at the end of the day, people can sit and tell you, like I had for years, people say to me, oh, you need to lose some weight, you need to lose some weight, you need to lose some weight. Fucking doctors, mum, everything sort of thing. It's like, oh, you need to lose some weight. And that was like when I was coming into my teens when I first lost loads of weight. And stuff like that. But like until you get that in your own head that like, I do need to, you're never going to do it. It's not going to happen.
Oh, you need a trigger. You need that picture. You need that weight. Like being weighed and realizing that you need something like that
Oh, it's fully mental. It's
denial.
fully a mental thing. You need to...
Because you'll just be denial, wouldn't you? You'd just be like, that's all right, I'm fine. Like,
plus you fall into a groove, didn't you? Like, again, you've been there. You fall into a groove where you're like, oh, no, I'm quite happy just sitting here and fucking eating Domino's.
Wallow in my own self-pity.
Yeah, exactly. I'll sit here and play video games and just eat pizza all night. Fuck it. I'm having a nice time. Who cares?
That's it. That's it. You do. And that's 100% true. You do. You get into that rut and you just think, yeah, I'm having fun. Who cares what's going on? But actually,
yeah,
you do deep down, and that's the thing.
Yeah, deep down, it's fun. Up top, there's like that, but then in here, you're like, oh, yeah, no, that's it. I hate myself. Yeah. Anyway, what was I? So yeah, I did Insanity the first time, and I lost a little bit. And then, funny enough, I went to New Orleans with Jim.
Deadly.
Ate loads of bad food, and I'll come back and never did Insanity again. And then it wasn't long after that where we started going to Slim World, which I think was 2015, actually.
How did that come about? I can't even remember.
We were
going with my mum,
I remember how... Because initially there was a point where I was coming to the gym with you and I lost a little bit of weight.
Yeah,
and then that didn't work. And then we stopped going to the gym because I was like, I can't bother going at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then, I can't remember, I think your mum started going and you were like, oh yeah, I think I'm going to start going to Slimming World. Like, just talking to me in general about it. And I was just like, you didn't even ask, you didn't suggest it or nothing. I just said, oh, that sounds like a good option. Because for me, I would never have joined that by myself. But because you, as a fellow male and a friend, was going, I was like, oh, if he's going, I could do that. Like, you know, if Brad's going, I'll go.
It's got like a stigma, isn't it? Because I think
it does.
I like the Slimming World to me. Like, you just think of middle-aged women.
Yes, yeah.
You do. That's all I think about. If I think Slimming World not having gone, I just think it would be full of middle-aged women who are using it really as an excuse to like get together on a weekly basis about recipes and stuff like that.
Some of that stereotype is real. Some of it is real.
There is that, but it's a lot of people ranging, isn't there? There's a lot more men than you'd expect as well that go.
Yes.
There's a lot of ranges of weights as well. There's not just big people. There's people that want to lose.
We've had friends go with us. I won't name names in case they don't want to say, but like, who really didn't need to go to Slimming World. But it helped.
On the face of it,
it still helped them get to where they wanted to be and stuff. But you know, they weren't like a big person at all. Like not even close. So
no, it just gives that structure. But So I just thought like the stigma because when my mum first suggested it to me when all those years ago when I was 21. Yeah. Cool geezer going out in the town getting pissed out with the lads.
Yeah.
Down to Slim World with me mum.
What are you doing on Thursday night, Brad? I'm going to Slim World. No. Yeah.
Coming out of the piss now. I can't go Slim World.
I've got to wait tonight, mate. I can't eat until 8 p.m. Sorry.
That's it. We do now. Let's have a quick poo before Slim World.
The best thing about Slim World was when we'd smash a weight loss and then we'd go get a Big Mac to celebrate.
Yeah, it's like we set the limit on the way there, weren't it? It's like, well, if we lose this much, we'll get a Macca's on the way home.
We'll go get a Macca's on the way home. Well, and we both hit it. We're like, right, Macca's it is, yes. So, but no, to be fair, like, to be fair, I'll blow smoke up your ass. Like, you doing that helped me a fucking lot, seriously. Or you going to that? If I'd have never had that like thought enter my head, I would have never gone to that. And ever since then, I've been able to maintain. Don't get me wrong, I've fluctuated a little bit. But I'm a little bit heavier now than the lowest I got doing Slim World with you, only by like a stone, which isn't like huge. But like even then, though, it's helped me keep that structure of like preparing food and stuff like that, and knowing what to eat, what I shouldn't eat, and stuff like that. You know.
Think how many more different foods you've eaten because you're quite fussy as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
there is so much
some of the things you were eating on that, surprised me as well. Like some of the things you're like, I was like, what are you having for dinner? And you'd be like sending me things, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ, are you all right? Like slapping in loads of veg and stuff.
Brad, you'd be like,
That's it.
You know? I remember there was nights where we'd go. I remember there was a night over Louis, and we went over Louis, and everybody had pizza, and I sat there eating a packet of chicken because I was like, I can't get a Domino's. I was like, I'll sit here and eat a fucking packet of chicken. Although I'd often just get a breast of chicken, pull the skin off, and just eat chicken on its own, like all the time. You had
to have something because obviously. You still had like for me.
I had that craving for food, especially when everybody's eating.
Well, that's the thing. You still go because that's the worry with a lot of people with diets as well. I think is the lack of social life because obviously a lot of socials are barbecues,
or drinking,
foods, games nights. People get pizza or Chinese in it, and it's all of that. So I think having that structure and that weighing, you're going to weigh in front of people on that day helps with things like you said, getting chicken rather than pizza and. drinking gin instead of beer. Those kind of things. That mentality where you're just like, right.
It's the thought of having to pay. So I mean, I started going again, literally just before lockdown. I'd still be going if this weren't happening. I started going again because I started to go the other way, and I was like, right, no, I'm not going too far the other way, because I was like a stone and a half on, and I think I've lost half that. Well, I have lost. I lost just over half a stone, of what I'd put back on from what I initially lost, because I was like, I just got to nip it in the bud now, and I was like, and I knew that helped, and it did help.
Yeah.
It's just keeping, I need to. The gamer in me needs that like checkpoint. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to hit that checkpoint every week to be able to go and keep me in balance to do it. So
I've always set goals and stuff, and when I've like in life, it's always been like, right, I've got to get like and having that is massive, like a proper goal as well, not just like a. Because you can set them yourself, and it's a lot easier to fall off the bandwagon. It's like, well, I'm going to do this.
It's really easy to cheat yourself as well. That's the thing, isn't it? It's so easy to just go, nah, can't be asked this week.
So I've had a shit week. I'll skip weighing this week.
Yeah.
I'll try really hard next
week. Yeah.
And then next week you do the same, and you're just like,
I've lost your sound's gone all funny. Yeah. I don't know if you've knocked your earphone. You talking your earphones?
Hello.
There you go. That's better. We got you.
No, I'm back.
But yeah, no, you're right. It's exactly like that. So.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, carrying your Slim Well journey. Come on, I want you're sure turn to tell everyone how much you lost and whatnot.
He's getting ready to host his own podcast, guys. That's what he's doing. He's like, he's fucking.
If anyone out there wants to like donate some equipment and stuff for me to start the podcast, I'm looking for sponsors.
Oh, I'd love a sponsor. And a 5-star review. Tia's got me on that now. I need 5-star reviews on my podcast every week, please. Yeah, no. So
no, I'm keen for you to. I'm just keen for you to tell everyone because you smashed it. Like in all seriousness, like if I'm completely honest, I was a little bit dubious of how long you'd stick at it, knowing what you're like as a person. I thought you'd panic. I thought you'd go to one and sit in that group and think, nah, I'm out. Fuck this.
No, I was in.
Exactly.
I was in. So when we started going, to be fair, I thought how long am I going to stick out? Because I'm like, I'm very, been like since I was a kid. I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to do karate. I wanted to do all sorts of stuff. Can you imagine me doing basketball 5'5"? Cool story, Aaron.
How's those dunks coming on?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck it, oh, mate. I'd have had to have that operation that Kyle has in South Park and just get like turned into a black man, so I can be really tall and stuff. But like, yeah, no.
Well, I get one of those balls in Space Jam where they like.
Yeah. Oh yeah. God, that's what I needed. You're fucking right. I needed Michael Jordan with a magical ball. Yeah, I've always liked it. I'll always just try. I love just trying shit. I'm like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that, whatever. So I was dubious myself at like the first night and stuff, and I was like, how cringy is this actually going to be? And don't get me wrong, it was very cringy. It was very
mate,
cringy.
The cringe is unreal.
But I was like, especially because like, to be fair, you going as well put pressure on me, because I was like, I didn't want to make you think that I was going to quit either. I was like, I don't want to just be quitter boy, like, oh yeah, you've come to one and you've never come again sort of thing. So it did help. The whole thing did help. And I'll blow
I definitely think we
more
spurred
smoke
each other
up
on.
your ass. So basically, you got me skinnier. So thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, I think we were competitive as well, weren't we? Like having that kind of competition of let's lose more, who's going to lose most this week. Even if we like didn't even speak about it, I went in there obviously wanting to lose more weight than you.
Yeah,
I
would never want to go a week and you'd lose like 3 pounds. I'd lose half a pound. I'd be devastated.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fucking hell! So he's fucking lost 3 and I've lost nothing. Good.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, no, it was. Don't get me wrong. It was an adjustment because, like I say, I was quite fussy as well. So I had to really change how I ate. I had to really change how I ate. And like now, I'm nowhere near as fussy as I was. Like I eat a lot more stuff, a lot more different vegetables and fucking, all sorts of bits and pieces. Like just completely different. And like even just changing bread. I remember like growing up, I was always dead set against brown bread. It's like brown bread is the devil. Nah. Whereas now I'll just eat brown bread all the time. It's just like subtle differences. And
those switches, they're massive as well because you do realise, like I found that
full
a lot.
Fat Coke as well.
Massive. I hate the taste of full fat Coke now.
Can't drink it anymore. Since Slim World, I can't drink full fat Coke anymore. Cannot at all. And it used to be my favourite thing. I'll tell a lie. The only time I have a full fat Coke if it's in one of those little glass bottles.
Oh, okay.
And even then,
say pump Coke when you're hungover.
Oh, actually, no, I can't. No, it makes me feel sick. Makes you feel so sick. Pump Coke Zero. To be fair, even glass bottles now, they do glass bottles in a Coke Zero.
Zero's everywhere, isn't it?
So I'm all about that. But it used to be just a glass bottle Coke. But yeah, can't drink full fat Coke anymore. I don't have sugar in my tea anymore. Sugar was a massive, obviously, like downtrend. Stopped eating sweets. Stopped eating crisps. If I'd have crisps, it would be like a whatever lighter version of crisps I could have. Just subtle changes. But like those subtle changes were massive. And I stopped eating takeaways, like basically completely. I'd have a treat, obviously, now and again. Like if I was if it was a birthday or something, we were going out for a meal, I'd be like, okay, I'll have a bad night tonight. Like I'm gonna eat tonight. Yeah. I didn't give up drinking, actually.
Nah,
you'll remember I drank the whole way through that. But I'd have Diet Coke and Disaronno. And I felt like such a twat every time I go to the bar and say, can I have a Disaronno and Diet Coke? And they'd be like, Diet Coke? Yeah, Diet Coke. And then they'd come back, and if I had normal Coke, I'd be like, motherfucker! It was really annoying. So I wouldn't take it back, guys. I was too scared. I'll just drink it. I'll just be like, oh, great, fuck.
Just under your breath. Motherfucker.
But yeah, no, it was just like the subtle changes and stuff, to be fair. And I say it was tough. It was toughish to start. I'd say the first 2 weeks were hard.
Getting used to being hungry. That was the biggest thing for me. Literally. It's kind of like, because when you're not dieting or you're like carefree about your weight, if you're hungry, you eat. Like, do you know what I mean? You feel a bit hungry, you go and get a snack. If you're hungry, you get a bag of crisps. And obviously on that, the whole idea was healthy snacks or like wait until your meals. So I think the first 2 or 3 weeks for me was always the hardest, because you have to get used to feeling hungry.
I kept saying, I remember texting you that first week, and I was like, I'm so hungry. I was like, so fucking hungry. Obviously you're
Absolutely.
not, well, you are ish, but like, it's just, yeah, that first 2 weeks, I'd say, were the toughest bit. And then after that, once I got over that hurdle, it was just smooth sailing, and then the weight just kept coming off, and I was just doing silly things. I was making sure I would go for a walk more, just bits and pieces like that, just general like activity. I can't the initial. I mean, how long did we go when I lost all that? It was probably like 6 months we actually went then, I think.
Yeah, it was quite. Yeah, it was 3.5 stone. At least I would have thought.
Yeah, I think I lost 3.5 stone.
You went longer than me, didn't you? I bowed. I can't even remember why I stopped going.
You got pissed off. I was losing more than you. Yeah.
That's it. So fuck this.
He's like, fuck it. He keeps losing, and I can't lose nothing. Bollocks.
I think it was the day was a struggle, wasn't it? Because then I started having Ava, didn't I? That was it. And
yeah,
then
I think so.
Because sometimes I think we did try
swapping days, and then I ended up going to a different group of my own for a bit. But yeah, I think it was 6 months. I lost 3.5 stone, and
smashed it as well. I was very impressed.
Thanks.
I think the more you stuck it out was like the bit that I think astounded me. It's just how. But then again, like I said to you, that and the fact that you change foods, like you're so fussy. And
I went in. I did go fully in. I went fully in with it. I won't lie. I definitely did go balls deep into it.
We had like steak nights, didn't we?
Yeah.
Those steak nights. It'd be like steak round.
Because you have as much meat as you wanted, which was great for me, because I was like, well, I have fucking meat with everything.
Exactly.
Like, the most un-vegan guy.
Didn't your mum get an air fryer or whatever it was?
Yeah, we got an air fryer, because I was like, well, because obviously to start I was switching up like what to eat and stuff. I was trying to get more rices and stuff like that, like have curries and just like stuff like that you could make sort of fresh and whatever. I was like, if I fancy chips with something, I want to be able to have chips. And the Slim World chips that you did in the oven, they're okay, but they're not fucking great, are they? They're they're a bit plain. So
they are. Unfortunately, chips need oil. That's the problem.
So, yeah, I ate chips out of an air fryer the whole time. So if I wanted steak and chips one night or something like that, I could have steak and chips, and like we'd eat that. Obviously, you'd come over and we'd cook that and stuff like that. And but yeah, no, it was just a complete shift. But there's been people since I went to it and stuff who are blokes as well, and I've been like, legit, go Slim World. Like, it fucking works. Like, it does work. If you stick, like they say, it is literally as simple as that. If you stick to the plan, you will lose weight. Like, you just cannot not lose weight if you stick to it properly. So, and
the thing is as well, as painful as the groups are, like staying, because with Slimming World you can obviously, for those who don't know, you can go and weigh and leave, but they strongly advise you don't do that, and you stay for the group session afterwards. And the group session effectively is everyone sits in a circle. like fatty AA, basically, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's fatty AA.
It's like, my name's
Karen,
Bradley and I'm overweight.
Karen, why did you put £2 on this week, Karen? Oh well, I had a really shit week, and my husband told me I smell, so I ate 19 pieces of cake. And it is a bit like that. So Do
you want to hear a funny true story about when I went with my mum about this guy that went?
Yeah, go for it. God.
Similar to that. So he used to get. I can't remember his name. I won't name him anyway, in case he won't watch this as well. But but basically, he was like one. I think he was. I'm not sure he was all there. So, but he was. One day he brought his TV remote instead of his mobile phone. Just an example of the sort of bloke he was. Pulled his TV remote out of his pocket. But so one day he was gained like 2 or 3 times in a row. So they sat him down. The woman Carol, who did the group, sat him down and was like, "Right, talk me through your food." So he went through and he was like, "Oh yeah, I had this for porridge for breakfast, and I had a salad for lunch, which snack, like all this healthy stuff."
Yeah.
And then he went, "But like 9, 10 o'clock, I do quite fancy a cream cake or 2 before I go to bed." And she was like, "So how often are you doing this?" He was like, "Pretty much every day." And you don't know why you're putting on weight. Like, are you okay?
What are you doing? You've eaten healthy all day and you eat 2 cream cakes before bed. Cool.
Mate, that took 20 minutes to get there, though.
Oh,
it was like,
no.
"Are you eating anything?" It was like one of these where it's like, they like interrogate him. And it's like, what are you eating? Are you eating bad? No, I'm not eating anything. I'm eating good food, blah, blah, in the routine, blah, blah. And it wasn't until we got to the end, just before he tucks himself in bed, and he's slamming down chocolate eclairs or something. It's like...
Oh, God. Yeah, like how did you not expect to put weight on? You're eating 2 cream cakes literally before you go to bed, like the worst time to eat as well. Right.
That's it, yeah. But yeah, so I thought that was a funny
that
story.
Is brilliant. What a guy with his fucking remote phone call. Phone call?
Mate, that was me and Mum sat there and he was just emptying his pockets to go and get weighed, and he just put like a Sky remote down. And then he looked at it puzzled and he was just turned it upside down.
That's unbelievable. Oh God. Oh wow.
Honestly.
So yeah, that's how we lost weight, guys. The guys doing well, basically.
Yeah, stay at groups, not only because it's good for the morale and the tips, but also mobile phone.
They say you get some hilarious encounters like that. So have you ever So what about like the dark side of like putting on weight and stuff? Do you still when you lost weight and stuff? Did you ever still have it like in the back of your head, like I mentioned earlier, with like being like, oh God, I'm still massive and stuff like that? Do you still struggle with stuff like that, or do you not care so much these days, or are you?
I don't know. It's a funny. I think it peaks and troughs. I think some days obviously taking out lockdown out of like equation. I've been a lover of the gym for probably 3 or 4 years easy now. Like I go like 3 or 4 times a week. Blah blah. I just hate cardio.
Yeah, well, I love it. If I go to the gym, that's all I do. I just cardio.
Nah, I love just lifting stuff. So I've always been like, I always got bored and stuff, but I always just kept my gut because I like drinking beer and eating food and hate cardio. So the thing is, it's always going to be there. So I always thought if I get my shoulders wider than my sides, I'll look alright in the t-shirt. The t-shirt will hang off my love handles better, you see. Yeah. There's logic in the madness.
I appreciate that. That's good, yeah. Anything to hide the love handles.
That's it. But
pull your jeans up higher. Just no one will notice. Low hanging shirt. Pull your jeans up a little bit higher. Get a little bit of camel toe going on. You're all good. It's fine.
Bit of moose knuckle. Yeah. Never would have got a bird like that, would I? Jesus, can you imagine?
That's why I'm single.
No. Let's see. Pull your trousers down. You're fine. All the way down, please. But no, I think it's. I think, like I say, I think it just peaks and troughs. Like you have good days, good weeks, good bumps. I don't beat myself so much up about my weight like I used to, I don't think. As I've got a bit older, I'm fairly comfortable. I know I'm bigger than I need to be at the moment. I could do with losing a bit of weight. And I know eventually I will, but I'm in no mad rush to do it. I've been asked to sort of play football again next season. I didn't play the last season, so I think, I need to get a bit fitter for that. So, like you saw at lunchtime, I sort of met Jordan, sort of tried to do a little bit of football and drills and stuff like that. I've got my bike a bit more. I've done about 80, 90 kilometres this month so far on the bike. Just trying to get some distance in them. Just things I enjoy. I don't enjoy running. I've tried to run. I hate it. Honestly, I just think
that's the thing. If you don't enjoy it as well, you can't force yourself to do that stuff. You know, it's like lifting weights for me though. I get really bored lifting weights. I just can't. I just get so bored.
And that's the thing. There's always alternatives, and like for me, I did the run 5, nominate 5, done 8-5 thing for the NHS that I did, and I hated. It took me about 3 days to recover. I was just in bits after, and I was like, this is not fun. And then I tried another one about 3 or 4 days after that, and I was just like, I don't like this. I'm not enjoying this. So I dusted the bike off and went out and did like 22 kilometers on the bike and loved it. The only reason I came back was because I ran out of time. But like going out into like the sticks and stuff, all like around Ardley and Langham and all around there, and just like seeing like bits and pieces I hadn't seen for years or never seen, like just cycling around. I really enjoyed it. So I think for me,
I've done that with walking actually. Like I went on like an 11k walk last night and like went round a part of like the bottom of town. You know where the you got the bridge next to what do we call it? Down by East Gates, got a little flyover bridge that's down there, and there's like a park there, and you can walk around right round to Castle Park. Like I'd never walked there before. And
did you not? Okay.
No, and like I walked down there last night, and I was like, wait, I don't even know. I've never even fucking been here. Never even walked past this river. I had no idea.
Next to the river and stuff. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
It was a nice walk. Yeah, exactly. So.
I think that's one good thing lockdown's encouraged. There's a lot of people get out and see more. Like me and Elle and with Ava and stuff are walking a lot more, and I think you do get to see a lot more, which is good, and good exercise. And that's something I think I'll continue post lockdown anyway. Is just sort of trying to make more of an effort of just sort of going out for a stroll of an evening because it is.
It was sad.
It's good for the soul.
I had to kill a beetle on that walk though. It was just terrible. It was really sad.
Put out of his misery.
He was on his back, so I kicked him and put him out of his misery.
It sounds like you've killed him. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I murdered him straight up. Yeah, it was bad.
What about you though? What's your sort of thoughts of it?
Well, to be fair,
like
I say, it's probably different for me because you went from like being skinny to being big to being skinny to being big to being skinny kind of thing, or in between, or whatever you want to call it right now.
I mean, I'm definitely in between right now.
I was gonna say because I'm not saying I'm skinny right now either because I am fucking not. But yeah, no, like it's different for me because it's always kind of just been a thing in the back of my mind. It's always been something that's kind of fucked with me, 100%. Yeah. Even when I lost all that weight.
Same. It always will, I think, as well.
Even when I was at my like skinniest and stuff like that, and like wearing medium t-shirts and stuff, that was nice. I'd like to get back into medium. I'm currently a large, but still, like I'd like to be back down to that, which I was aiming for before this. But yeah, it's something that's always fucked with me. I could probably go down to a small, an extra small, and I'd still be like, no, I'm massive. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, I'm massive.
But you put it in perspective. There's people out there that are size 4s and 6s that think they're big.
Yeah, exactly.
Because people just don't like things, and I just think that's a human trait.
Exactly.
You will always be unhappy with parts of your body, whether you're fat, skinny, tall, short. Do you know what I mean? Whatever it is, you'll always find faults in yourself, and I think that's just unfortunately is a trait of being a human being.
Oh, definitely. To be fair, it's affected me other times than it's affected me at some points in my life harder than others. Like it's definitely affected like just silly things like with like this now going real deep, but like with women and stuff like that. But
that's not silly. That's probably the biggest thing. That's probably the biggest thing because that's always like, especially through school for me. Like I got friend zoned all the time because like I never. I'm not saying that any of these ladies that I was friends with that I could have like taken any more, but I'd never feel confident even tiptoeing out of that friend zone because I was just like, well, I'm not going to want the fat kid at school. I'll quite happily just be the funny one.
You just hit the nail clean on the head for me. It's literally that. It's like, oh, why would you want the fat guy? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. That is always in the back of your mind. I think
absolutely.
I'm a lot more confident than I was then, like now, and through my
same. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting doing this if I wouldn't even be talking about this at one point in my life. I wouldn't have even uttered a word about it. So.
No, definitely, but yeah, that's not abnormal. Though. The women thing is definitely probably the biggest.
Well, and obviously, I'm guessing I'm guessing it would be the counter for like any ladies out there who are a bit bigger and stuff. It'd be the same thing of like, why do you want the fat girl? Or whatever. Like it's we all deal with it. It's just it does affect you in different ways. But like I say, you are right though. There's peaks and valleys. There's times where I'm like, I'm fucking, I'll bang it.
I'm a great guy.
Where it's like
look at that perfect selfie and you'll be like, I'm absolute 10 out of 10.
Like,
knockout.
I've got the angle bang on that one. I'm fucking fit.
Get that on Tinder.
And then I walk past the mirror and I see my love handles hanging over everything. I'm like, nah, you ain't fit, mate. You're the Michelin man. Go home. And I'm out of run. That's a shame.
I think it's an odd time. Obviously, I'm in a relationship, so I've got it. It's slightly different to obviously you. We're not be anyone. But then obviously I'll have conversations with Elle, and obviously she's never going to tell me I'm fat, is she? But no. Like you'll try like that top on, or she'll buy you a t-shirt that doesn't quite fit, and you're just like.
Yeah, and you're like, I look like shit. And she's like, no, you look fine.
No, that's it. It's like, I know I don't.
I can see my nipples, like I've bust the shirt.
That's it. It's like, yeah, it's a crop top. It's a fucking crop top. I don't look great. But those, and it's hard on that side as well, because obviously, well, without getting too deep and slapping around the face for it, but it's like you don't want to be like the fat person in a relationship either. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't want to be that.
Exactly. I was like that again with the XX that I was on about, but then like it weren't until the end where I sort of realised that I had become that, and it was like, oh, you idiot! What have you done? You know, you got massive. Well done. I mean,
Elle's definitely a feeder as well, because she's tight, like she's skinny, she's slim, like, and she loves pizza. She loves a takeaway. She's a fucking good cook.
Yeah.
And she loves bread, and I love all of those things, and I only need like a small prod. At once. Yeah, that's it. Just a takeaway in bread, basically.
Yeah, please. Sounds great.
But I only need I just need a small prod, and I'm there. I'm all over it. Like takeaway, yeah, okay. Like, do you know what I mean? And she's a fiend for that.
Yeah.
So it's hard in that respect, because obviously, well, I'm not blaming her, but I have put on weight since I've been with her. But then you go out for, like you said, with your ex, you go out for dinner a lot. You do get takeaways because you're doing all those things as you get to know someone and get with someone. It's quite standard practice.
Yeah.
So I think that never helps. But yeah, I've learned to sort of just be comfortable in my own skin. I have my
I'm
down days, I have my good
100%
days.
way better than I was. I think when I was again, it's the same when you're growing up and you're going through the whole puberty thing and stuff like that. You think it's 10 times worse than it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like yeah.
As you get older, you care less what other people think as well, don't you? And I think that's true.
Exactly. You know, and you just sort of just get on with it better and stuff. And plus, you have more. Plus, it's that thing as well. Obviously, with more age, you have more experience and stuff like that. So obviously, you know, you sort of realise actually I'm not that bad. Like there are girls who want to talk to me that people don't think I'm a fat idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like it happens. So
that's it. And the thing is as well, that like you got to think how shallow someone is that would do that as well. Do you know what I mean? Or like and I think it speaks volumes to more of them as a person than you. Because at the end of the day, it's not. Well, you might be a stone over what you want to be, or you might be a couple of stone over the weight you want to be, but it doesn't mean anything really, does it? Do you know what I mean? Like on the face of it. So, and I just think people get too hung up on it, and I was guilty of that for quite a lot of my life, and I just think I can't be bothered now. I'll go to the gym when the gyms are open. I'll eat food when I want to eat food, and I'll just enjoy life. And if that means that I'm a little bit chunkier than I need to be,
I totally agree. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't let myself get back to the point that I was at before.
Oh, never. No, absolutely not.
I'm way past that now. I'd never get back. Like I say, I started creeping up a little bit and I nipped that in the bud and started losing it again instantly, and it was just like, no.
You've changed your habits too much as well. Like you were mentioning before, the switching up of bread, all of those kind of things. Mm-hmm. They're just habits you've changed, and they're not something you're going to change back for no reason.
No,
you've got no reason to. So those kind of things, and I think because you know what it's like to be that big, you always think, right, if I'm naughty today or I have a naughty food today, tomorrow I'm going to be better. And you like think, right, actually yesterday I had pizza, today I'm not going to eat that shit, I'm not going to snack, I'm going to try and that's it, you do. And I think just changing that and having lost that weight, I think that will always stop you from being
100%.
like as big as you were.
Life, man.
Thanks, Slimworld.
Thanks, Slimworld.
Let's plug it forever.
I said I said to a friend of mine, this wasn't going to be a Slimworld Love Fest, and it's definitely a Slimworld Love Fest. So
it's become that.
Yeah, it's become that. But obviously, it worked for us. It's worked. Look, again, it's not saying that we got to the absolute pinnacle of being slender men, but got to where we wanted to be.
Well, no, that's it. And I think the thing is, like I said to you, I set my goal at where I got it, and I was pretty much there. And I wasn't happy. I felt I looked too skinny. I felt I looked ill, and so it just goes to show that even when you go and lose all that weight, you think actually that's not me. Like I don't suit being that weight. Like I don't. Just me as a person.
I remember reading my BMI when we first started it with you, and it said obviously bear in mind I was like 16.5 stone, and it said I think my ideal weight was like 10 stone. I was like 10 stone. I was like legit, like I got down to like 12 and a bit. I think my lowest I was like 12.10 or something, right? And I was happy there. Like, I would have stayed at that weight. Dead on that. 12 stone 10, I would have stayed here. 10 stone, I would have literally been a hollow shell of a man. Like, it just wouldn't have looked right at all. No way.
Mate, I remember, I've always just thought BMI is the biggest farce.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, my perfect weight's about 12.5 stone. And obviously I said I weighed just under 15.5. And every time I look ill, that's 3 stone over what my ideal weight is supposed to be. I wouldn't even want to think what I look like. I would look...
No, exactly.
Poorly.
Well, it depends on your build and stuff like that as well. And it's like, it's based on height, but like I'm quite a stocky 5'5", so
yeah,
look, being super skinny for me would just look wrong anyway. I think I just wouldn't look right. So
absolutely, you've got people with body shapes, aren't they? Body shapes are a thing. Like I've got broad shoulders, so I'll never be like skinny. I never will be. Like I just wouldn't be. It wouldn't look right. But you'll get like skinny people that will never be fat because that's just the build they are.
Build they are.
As they get older, they might get a bit of a beer belly and go out that way as they get old. But there's just people.
Again, we don't do that. We go out like hourglasses, not like pot-belly pigs.
We are curvaceous.
Hips don't lie, sir. They don't fucking lie.
That's it. They fucking certainly don't. There's a lot of money in these hips.
No, black t-shirts do though. So amen for black t-shirts.
They don't do. They're both wearing.
Not that I wear black all the time.
Mate, I saw you yesterday in sweltering heat wearing black long sleeve.
Black long sleeve.
22-degree heat.
I'm sitting here sweating right now. I'm glad no one can see my back.
It wasn't the same black. It wasn't the black.
It's a different long sleeve. I'm wearing a nerdy Batman t-shirt now. If you're listening and not watching, I had to just get it in there. I'm wearing a Batman t-shirt because I fucking love Batman.
Sat on my Batman chair, yeah.
Oh god, I'm such a fucking loser. Oh god, on that note, I think we'll wrap it up there, mate. I think we've been through our trials and tribulations of being fat kind of men.
Absolutely. And good luck to anyone out there facing their own little weight journeys.
Yeah, exactly. Like, go to Slimming World. You can do it. Believe in you.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing my remote at you to brainwash you.
Is that your phone or your remote?
It's my Motorola Razr. It's a flip phone. It's not. It's a remote. It's a remote for my fan because I'm fancy. So yeah. So on that note, do you have any social medias you would like to share before we say goodbye to our friends?
If anyone's remotely interested in looking, my Instagram is BraddleScoot, BraddleScoot.
Boom! It's like you've done this before.
I have, honestly, and my Twitter, my Bieber, and my NAF. I don't tweet very often.
You don't have to promote anything, mate. It's fine. It's just there if you want to.
But there's some before and after photos on my Instagram if you are interested in seeing what a massive fatty I used to be.
I think there's definitely some of mine. There's some of mine where there's one where I went to a Deadpool premiere and I used to make the YouTube videos on Pop Vulture. So if you want to see my transformation, watch an old Pop Vulture video and then watch this and you'll be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. He did lose weight. Or look at my Instagram. Anyway, so Brad's promoted his stuff. Thank you again for being on the podcast, Brad. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it.
An absolute pleasure. It's not the first fellow I've been on a video call, so it's been odd.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. I told you, it won't feel like you're on a podcast. Apart from me putting on a bit of a voice. This isn't my real voice, by the way. I have a really low voice normally.
Scottish.
I inhaled some helium before we start. Yeah, I'm Scottish. Anyway, we're going to go now, guys. Thanks for listening, as always. And please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. That'd be fucking amazing if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not watching and you're listening on Spotify, then hit a follow on there. Do all that good stuff. Share this with your friends. Like, if we share this more, then more people might listen. And the more we can do with the podcast, I guess. I'll be back again next week. I haven't got a guest yet. We'll figure something out. Who knows? We'll see you next time.
Adios.